Thanks to EA for inviting me to this early access event for the game code for the Life and Death expansion pack. We are starting a new little mini-series here that's called Live in the Moment. We have a married couple, and she and her husband live with her parents, and they have a small little newborn, and we are going to be starting off with them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. As you can see, they are going ahead and getting a little bit of rest here. I am going to be introducing you to the family, and we are going to be getting to know them, and we are going to see how they get on in their life here in this new little story here. So as you can see, they are just getting a little bit of rest here. This is Kai, the husband, and we have the wife here, but I am going to be introducing you to everyone as they wake up. And so our first person that we're going to introduce you to is Reese Trammel. He is the father of the bride here, and we are just going to go ahead and get to know him a little bit. We're going to go over some of his traits and see how he fares and get to know him a little bit better. So he is practical, he is a dancer, he is determined, he is a perfectionist, he is ambitious, he is neutral about having children, he is a muser, a sage, and a hero. So he also is a best-selling author. He was in the best-selling author career. He is now retired. He stays at home with the family and just kind of piddles around the house and spends time with the newborn and his family. And he absolutely loves his life. He does spend some time writing books and doing things like that on his free time, and he likes playing video games, so you'll see him upstairs a lot playing video games. But we absolutely love that. And he has a really great relationship with his wife, Amelia. This is Amelia here. Let's go ahead and take a look at her traits. She is romantic, outgoing, shy. She's a vegetarian. She's well balanced. She's a genius. She is domestic, a sage, and a lover. And she has a fear of being cheated on. It does say right now that she is kind of feeling like she has that fear of being cheated on. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to let them maybe have a little bit of romantic time, and maybe they can build up a little bit of their romance. I know they are elders, and sometimes when elders have a little bit of romantic time, it does make them have that exhausted moodlet, but we are going to hope that this doesn't kill them off or anything. But we're going to let them have a little bit of time together, because she is in a mood where she wants to spend some time with her husband. She wants to make sure that, you know, they are able to bond together. She has that fear that she's going to be cheated on. I wouldn't, I don't really understand why she would have that fear after all this time, but she kind of does. So we're going to let them go ahead and spend a little bit of time together here. Then we have our wife, the mother of the family here, and she is going to come in here and take herself a bath, and we're going to let her kind of take care of some of her needs here. Once she gets out of the bath, we'll go ahead and we'll go over some of her traits, but she is going to do that once the adults, the elders, get done with their woohoo there. I'm just going to have Amelia get into the kitchen, and she's going to make the family a little bit of breakfast. That way the family has some breakfast going on. It did look like both of the elders, Amelia and Reese, both are feeling dangerously tired now after that woohoo, which means we're going to have to keep an eye on them. But I'm just going to have her go ahead and come in here and make a little bit of some fruit parfait, and that will be good for them. As we know, she is a vegetarian, so she does tend to make the vegetarian dishes. So we'll get her making some of those things. Kai is also up, so we will go ahead and allow him to kind of tend to some of his needs. So we're going to go ahead and have Kira come in here, and she's going to take care of the little one, and we are going to go over some of her traits. So let's go ahead and take a look at her traits. So Kira is brilliant. She is irresistible. She is a child of the fall. She's a love bug. She is a perfectionist. She would be happy to have children. She is cheerful, domestic, and so we absolutely love that for her. And she did recently, as you can see, have a newborn. Their little one's name is Darian, and she absolutely loves being a mother. I think that she probably would want to have more children, but I don't know that this house is necessarily big enough for them to have more. But this is Kai. He is family oriented. He's a light sleeper. He is hostile, cheerful, kind. He would also be happy to have more children. And he has the essence of flavor. He's a jester and he is a caregiver. And he is currently in the mixology career, but he is thinking about undergoing a new career path. He has been looking into the undertaker career path, so I'm thinking about getting him enrolled in the undertaker career path. Since that is a new career with this pack, we're going to get him enrolled in the undertaker career path, and we're going to see what that job is all about. So we are going to get him enrolled in that, and we'll be moving forward with that role. So everyone's just going to go ahead and grab themselves a little bit of breakfast. We're going to let them bond over a little bit of breakfast together, and then everyone is going to just kind of take care of their own little bit of needs here. It is Darian's birthday today, so he is going to be aging up into an infant. And so we will be seeing him age up and seeing what he looks like as an infant. And then I'm probably going to let everybody kind of head off, and we're going to look around the new world, because I think that they are going to want to kind of investigate the new town and see what there is to look around in the new area. So currently right now they are living in a different place, but I know that they are looking to move, so I think I'm going to move them into the new world so that we can live in the new world, and then they will go ahead and investigate that new world. So I had started and built this place up before the new pack had actually come out, so we'll just place this home into the new world and get them situated in the new world and let them live in the new world, and they can continue on with that. Pass on an heirloom. No, I don't think so. All right, so Kira is just going to go ahead and get a little bit of washing done, and we're going to go ahead and let her be a little bit domestic here. Everyone is just kind of tending to their own needs. As you can see, Amelia is thinking about getting herself a little bit of a nap because she is feeling really, really tired after that woohoo. And so she may get herself a little bit of rest so that she's maybe feeling a little bit better. And I am just going to let everyone kind of tend to themselves here. I do think that I will have Kai be the one that has us move out, and he'll look for us a new place to reside, and we'll be moving our house into the new world. So we'll have that kind of taken care of, which will be great, and then we'll be getting him into a new role for his job as well. It does look like Kira and Amelia have gone ahead and become best friends, which I think is great. They have a pretty good relationship, her and her mom, and so they've decided to become best friends. I think that is wonderful. I do think that obviously once she gets on up there, I mean, she's already an elder, but when she passes away, I think that's really going to affect Kira, and I am wondering how that's going to work out with all of these new things that are going to happen with this new pack, how them passing away works. And so that is why I did go ahead and make a family, so that we could see how those different things happen with this pack when people pass away, and we can experience funerals, and we can experience the potential of bringing people back to life, or even, you know, maybe see her be reborn or things like that. So that is why I went ahead and made a family, so we could see the different family dynamics within the pack and what that holds. Amelia, the mother of Kira, she was a dean of administration. She was a teacher for a long time, and then she became the dean of administration. She now also is retired. They were both working up until the point of Darian being... Oh, maybe she's not retired yet. Okay, so she's not actually retired yet. I'm going to go ahead and get her retired. I was going to say she was working up until the point that Darian was born. Now that Darian is born, she's decided that she wants to go ahead and retire. She's decided that now that she has a grandchild, It is high time that she goes ahead and retires. She wants to be able to be around to spend time with her grandchild. And she realizes that, life doesn't get any longer. It just gets shorter. And she wants to be able to be around to spend time with her grandchildren. She feels like she's done everything that she really can do as far as with her career. And so I think that Amelia is realizing that she really wants to spend majority of her time at home. So she is going to go ahead and go into her last shift here, and then we're going to go ahead and get her retired. And so we'll make sure that we handle that later on in this episode. We'll get her retired so that she can spend time with Darian, and we will be able to see the family spending more time together as a family dynamic and not having to spend so much time going off to work. But I am going to go ahead. I'm going to get Kira, to age up Darian. Now we're going to see him age up into an infant, and we're going to find out what it is that his trait is going to be, and then we'll see what he looks like. So Darian is going ahead and aging up. He is going to be a wiggly infant. And let's go ahead and we'll hop over into Cass and see what he looks like. So this is Darian, and we have updated his bedroom. Now he has a little bit of a crib there, a little toddler crib, and we are just going to carry on here. So as you can see, Amelia is headed off to her shift, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take care of Darian here. I'm just going to let Mom come in and take care of him a little bit. Maybe we can play peekaboo and do a little bit of tummy time. We obviously want to learn some of our milestones with Darian and make sure that he is learning what he needs to learn as an infant. So, she's wanting to dote on him and teach him as much as she can. As you can see, Kai and Reese are up here just getting to know one another a little bit better, and they're expanding on their relationship, which is great. They clearly have a little bit of struggles in the department of trying to build on their relationship. They don't necessarily get along too great. I think that Reese kind of has the feeling that maybe, he's accepted that Kai is Kira's husband, but I think, Reese kind of feels like maybe he's not good enough for her, but he knows that he kind of has to accept him because his daughter loves him and they have a child together, and so he's like, okay, whatever, I tolerate you at the most, but I don't know that I, would have necessarily chosen you as my daughter's husband, So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get Kai to move us into our new household. We're going to move into the new world now and get everybody set up in the new area. And then I will see you once we move our house over into that new place so that we can start looking around in the new world and seeing what that new world is all about. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we have moved into our new area, and as you can see, our loving couple is here just having a little bit of a conversation. Everyone's upstairs in the living area. They are just spending some quality time together. But I am just going to go ahead and have Reese tend to Darian a little bit. He's going to spend a little bit of quality time with him. I do want them, like I said, to do a little bit of tummy time. Oh, and Kai's like, no, let me tend to him. He's my son. I want to see him. I want to tend to him. And he totally just blocked Reese from doing some tummy time with Darian. Don't you love that when they are constantly fighting over the infants? But I will get Reese to do a little bit of tummy time with Darian here once Kai goes ahead and puts him down. But they're just talking about their move, and he is asking Kira if she thinks she's going to like this new area, and Kira's like, I think so. I'm hoping that it's going to be a nice change of pace and that we're going to like it here. And Kai's like, I just thought it would be a nice move for us because I'm looking to look into this new job, and I really needed to be close to the area because of the new job. So they have relocated because he is looking into this new position here with this undertaker job. And so he wanted to be in this area so that he could take on that new role. So Reese has decided that he's going to go ahead and head out into the neighborhood, and he's going to take in some of the sights. He wants to see what this place is all about. and he has seen that there is a big tower out here, and he wants to go and take a look at it and see what it's all about. So he's going to go and get some sightseeing in. He's going to go and look at this big tower, and it looks like there might be some inscriptions on it, and he's just thinking, this place is kind of eerie, but at the same time it's really beautiful, and he is really enjoying seeing everything. It looks like Kai has decided he's going to also go out and do a little bit of sightseeing. He wants to become familiar with the area because, as we know, he is trying to get his bearings due to the fact that he is going to be working in this area soon, and so he wants to be familiar with everything around here because he's really looking forward to the change of pace. He's really looking forward to his new career that he's going to be going into, and overall he's feeling really excited about this new thing that is going to be coming in his life, and I absolutely love that for him. It looks like Amelia is going to be taking her children out on a new field trip, so we love that for her. On her last day, she is going to take them to a yarn place, so that's great. So we have got both of the guys out. They're coming out here. They're going to do a little bit of sightseeing. Reese has come across this ghost cow plant, so he's going to spend a little bit of time playing with the ghost cow plant, and Kai is going to go over here and take a look at this. It looks like a mausoleum, and he's going to go in and he's going to explore a little bit and see if he can find out what exactly is in here and what can be uncovered with that. So he's going to enter the crypt. So we're going to enter if we dare. And Kira is just doing a little bit of cross-stitching and spending some time with Darian here, which we absolutely love. While the guys are out getting to know the neighborhood, she's just here being domestic, which is fantastic, and we love that for her. So he is just spending some fun time with the cow plant, but he notices that someone is here, a ghost is here playing the violin, so he's going to go ahead, he's going to do a little bit of chatting, he's going to get to know this ghost, and he has never really come across a ghost, and he's thinking, well, this is very different. This is obviously a different place. I don't really know where we have ended up. This is a very different neighborhood, but, I guess, I might as well give it a shot. And so he's going to go ahead and introduce himself. They're going to have a little bit of a conversation, and he finds it a little bit eerie. He finds it a little bit strange, but, who is he to, make judgments? And so he's thinking to himself, it's not going to be too long. I'm going to be departed as well. And I guess if I were a ghost, I would want someone to talk to me. And so he's just having a little bit of a conversation with this ghost here. He's feeling really focused, and then he sees behind him this beautiful pond, lake, body of water, and he's like, I wonder what that is. And so he's decided he's going to go and he's going to take a swim. But Kai has found a loose brick. We're going to go ahead, we're going to remove the brick and stick our hand inside. So we're going to go and we're going to take Reese to go and do a little bit of swimming in this body of water, and we're going to let him feel the coolness of the water, and maybe he will be able to get a little bit of fitness up. It looks like that lake also is where you can go when you're a ghost to do some changes to your ghost body. So we will maybe be able to look into that once something happens to Reese or Amelia, and we'll be able to see if we can do some changes to them once that time comes. So we will look into that a little bit further, but for now he's just going to go and he's going to get himself a little bit of a swim. He has acquired the fitness skill, which is fantastic, and Kai is going to continue exploring here, and we're going to let him just continue on in this crypt. But Reese seems to be really enjoying himself. He's really enjoying his swim, but it looks like Kira has decided to come over and have a little bit of a chat with him. I don't know why she has decided to leave her infant child home alone, but she's decided she's going to come out and she's going to have a little bit of a chat with her father, and so we're going to let her come on over. She's going to come and investigate what her dad is up to, investigate what her husband is up to, and see some of the sights as well, and just ask them, did you guys find anything interesting out here in the garden? And, you know, what do you think of the neighborhood? And she's just going to see if there's anything that they found that was interesting that she needs to know about. And obviously, I think her dad would be like, there's a ghost cow plant here. It's kind of amazing. You should play with it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose the box of life here in this mystery box that he has found. So Kai is going to open up the box of life. So Kira's going to come on over here. She's going to play with this cow plant that her dad was talking about. And she's like, this is the strangest thing I have ever seen, Dad. Like, what is it? And he's like, I don't know, but it's really fun to play with. And she's like, it looks like it could be dangerous. And he's like, well, it might be a little dangerous at times, but right now it seems to be pretty playful. And she's like, I guess, but we should probably be careful. And he's like, okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it. And Kai is going to go ahead and continue exploring these mystery boxes. And Kira has decided to go ahead and play a little bit of chess while her dad continues to play with the cow plant. But I do think I am going to go ahead and send them back home. As we know, Darian is at home alone. Amelia is currently at work taking her students to a field trip at the yarn place, and so no one is at home with the little one. I mean, currently right now Darian is asleep, so he's none the wiser that he's been left all to his own devices. But I am going to go ahead and I'm going to send both Reese and Kira back to the house. Kai is still currently in there investigating those crypts, and we'll let him continue to do that for a little while. And obviously we'll see what we can find in those crypts, and maybe at a later date we will go ahead and get him to come on home after he has found some nice things within the crypt. We're just going to send Kira and Reese back to the house so that they can tend to Darian and tend to some of their needs, because it does look like, you know, they need to go ahead and head themselves on back to the house. It does look like he is feeling a little bit tired in these crypts now that he has gone through them for quite some time. So we are going to go ahead and let Kai rest for a little while. And so he's going to take himself a little bit of a rest in the crypts there. And we are back at the house. We are just going to go ahead and go on inside. I'm going to make sure that we take these little goodies into the house and put them away. And now Kai is up from his rest. We're going to have him continue to explore. Kira, why don't you go ahead and check on the computer and get some things done here on the computer. And we are going to have Reese take care of some of his needs. I do believe that Amelia will probably be coming home from work soon. So once that takes place, we'll make sure that her needs are in good shape. I am going to make sure that the house is tidied up and that everything that needs to be done here has been done. And we're going to have Kai go ahead and let's just ignore that and continue exploring. So Kai is going to go ahead and continue exploring, and we are going to go ahead and let our family continue to take care of some of their needs as we wait for Amelia to come home from work. And they are going to light a candle and continue exploring or rummage the sarcophagus. Let's rummage the sarcophagus. And we are going to let them tend to Darian once he wakes up. He's just currently taking a nap. It looks like we are going to increase our pace. We have a lingering feeling. Oh dear, Kai, what have you come across? So we are going to let her play a little bit of video games. Darian is just getting a little bit of sleep. It looks like we have come across something that has worried him. Who goes there? We are going to talk our way out of this. So we are going to hope that we can talk our way out of this problem, and hopefully his charisma is high enough that he is going to be able to talk his way out of this without coming across any problems. And it looks like maybe that might have worked out for him. Surprisingly, that did work out for him, and the ghost and him were talking and laughing. So he's going to go ahead and continue exploring, which is great news for Kai. We absolutely love that. And it looks like Amelia has returned home from work from her shift, which is fantastic. They had a great day at their field trip. We are going to be going ahead and getting her to retire, and she's going to be thrilled about the fact that her last day at her job was successful. I am going to have her go ahead and come on up here and just take care of Darian a little bit. He is awake from his nap. And we are going to rummage blindly with Kai. And she's going to feed Darian here because he has decided he's a little bit hungry. And Kai's going to continue exploring. I do think that it is getting a little bit late, and Kai is probably going to be wanting to come home soon from his exploring the crypt, so I do think that we will be bringing him home from that soon. We have a sitter calling, wanting to know if we need any help with our little one, but I don't think we really need that because we have plenty of people here in the house that can help take care of Darian, not to mention the fact that Reese and Amelia are both to be retired soon, and they will be spending a lot of time here at home. Obviously, you know, Kira works outside of the house, and Kai works outside of the house. But with the grandparents being retired, they'll be able to be at home with Darian, and so there's not really any need for us to have someone to come in and help with Darian, so there's no need for that. But I am going to go ahead and get Kira working on a little bit of a meal for supper. That way everyone can go ahead and come on in and grab a bite to eat. And we will get Kai to finish up with his crypt searching, and he can come and he can grab himself a bit of food once he gets home as well. She's gone ahead and just made a little bit of a salad for supper. So she's going to go ahead and she's going to have everyone come and grab a little bit of a serving. As you can see, a neighborhood child has come ahead and she has come over to visit. So she's going to enjoy supper with us, and she's just visiting a little bit. I think that is kind of cute that she's just decided to come on over and visit with us and get to know us a little bit. We don't really have a child for her to play with and kind of communicate with, but she doesn't seem to mind so much. I think, you know, obviously being that Amelia is a dean of education, she would be completely comfortable with little kids coming around and wanting to hang around the house, and I think that she would just, you know, kind of take that with really a lot of grace and just be like, "Hi honey, how are you?" And it wouldn't really bother her so much. I don't know necessarily how Kira would feel about it, but being that Kira is a person that dotes on children and she loves children and she obviously wants children, I think she also would probably handle that pretty good. The men obviously could probably care less one way or the other. But as you can see, Kai has returned home from the crypt. He is just going to come up here and check on Darian. He wants to make sure he's okay. He hasn't been able to see him all day today. So he just wants to come up and love on his little boy. And so he's going to see him and make sure that he's good. And he's going to go ahead and take him on downstairs to his crib and just make sure he is all good and settled. So we're just going to have him be a good dad and take care of little Darian here, which I absolutely love. But we are definitely doing well with our family here, and I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of Living in the Moment, where we are going to be seeing what else happens to this little family in this series. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.